morning and happy new week to all the distance learners at home. I hope you guys had a nice weekend. I just want to quickly review the Kuleana for this week. We're in week 4 of quarter 1, and this week we're focusing on chapter 4. So I kind of changed the calendar color coding a little bit, so it might help you stay organized. We're doing 4.1 on Monday, and there's this ecosystems ed puzzle that I've split into 2 days. It's the same video, but I split it almost in half. So because the first half kind of goes with 4.1, the second half kind of goes with 4.2. We're starting 2 labs in class on Monday that we're going to finish in chapter 6. So if you guys want to be a part of these, you can hop on with the team if you want to come in on the days that we're actually doing these in chapter 6, which will be next week. Also, I sent out a message last week, and in last week's DL little ed puzzle conference, I told you guys about this biology coloring book, which is BCB. So anytime you see this highlighted in blue, this is what that's what it is referring to. So you'll see 43 and 92 is your homework for Monday, 93 is for Tuesday, and so on. So if you haven't yet, there are packets in the office for you to pick up. The packet front looks like this. It has instructions on it, and then it has each one of these assignments, because the way that the coloring book looks is it has like page 43 talks about this, and then on the right hand side there's a coloring page. Okay, so these numbers don't really mean anything except for to give you directions on this. So I included some for 4.1. I actually, in your packets, I have some for chapter 3, but you don't have to worry about those. I decided not to do those. So for 4.1, I have these 2 coloring sheets. 4.2, there's 1, and so on. What I did in Schoology is I just made it one assignment that at the end I'll put all your points in for. So you're not going to be submitting anything to this assignment, or I guess you could, just send me photos of your completed coloring sheets somehow, whatever method works best for you, yeah? So I took away the normal homeworks that I have for each chapter, and I went ahead and left them on there, but I turned them into extra credit. So if you want to do 4.1 homework, it'll be extra credit, or you can see Tuesday 4.2 homework is extra credit. The only ones that I am going to have you do this week are 4.3. There's a part 1 and 4.3 part 2. So 4.3 is all about cycling matter, and it's really kind of heavy information, so I split that into 2 different days. The first day we're going to do the first half, so you'll see the homework for the day before, read these pages, stop at the nitrogen cycle, because today on Thursday I want to talk about the water and carbon cycles, and then the following day will be the nitrogen and phosphorus cycles. So that's why I have it kind of split into those different assignments. The last thing that I wanted to, I should say that these are mandatory homeworks. I want you to do these 2 homeworks, which is why they don't say extra credit on them, the homeworks in Schoology. Now the last thing I wanted to talk about, I guess there's 3 more things. Don't forget to do your attendance. That's every day. Most of you are doing pretty good about this, but I am marking you absent if you don't do your attendance, okay? And then 2 more things is this worksheet and then this rainforest food web. So this worksheet, 4.1 consumers worksheet, I want you guys to do this on Monday. It is paired with the 4.1 reading. It's basically like you need to do this assignment so I can collect some data on your guys' literacy and like writing skills that the admin wants me to collect, okay? So everyone try to have this done by Monday or Tuesday at the latest, because I need your data by Wednesday. So please do this, try your best. It's not actually being graded, but it is mandatory for you to complete. So I'll give you some extra credit points for actually completing it, right? But if you totally bomb it or you don't do so great, then no worries, you're not going to be held, that's not going to be held against you, okay? The second thing is this rainforest food web worksheet / PBL part 2. You'll see on the calendar here, it says Rainforest Food Web. We're going to start that on Tuesday. And then Wednesday, you'll see PBL part 2. Well, this is the same assignment. So the Rainforest Food Web is something that we're going to do in class on Tuesday. And it's basically pairing with what you read and learn about in 4.2, doing food webs, but it's using our local Hawaiian rainforest. So distance learners, let me see if I can pull this up really quick, if I can find it in all of my stuff. So this is, just to give you a little preview, this is what the 4.1 worksheet looks like. Here's instructions, the writing prompt, type your response in this box, and then this is the pages that I want you to gather your information from. I put them in here just in case you don't want to open up your textbook or you're far away from it. And then this Rainforest Food Web, essentially I'm giving you a list of different organisms here. These are all native or endemic species in the native Hawaiian rainforest. Here's what they feed on, or how they gather their energy. What I want you to do is fill in the trophic role of each one of these based on what you read here. And also just some general information is your common threats over here. Okay, there's a couple of questions that I want you to answer. And then this second part, I say do it on Wednesday. So, and then turn in the whole packet. So you can save this part until Wednesday. And then what I want you to do is relate what you did up here, which by the way, number 2 is talking about this rainforest. So what I want you to do is draw the food web lines. This is the one I'm printing for the kids in class. This is the one that distance learners will use. So what you'll do here, and it tells you, double click on that image. You can double click on this, and then it's editable. So you can take one of these and you can copy and paste it, okay? And then you can turn it around and draw it this way or whatever. So just keep in mind, this, it goes over this in 4.2, but keep in mind that the way these arrows go is, let's say this longhorn beetle is eaten by the Maui parrotbill. So you want the arrow going towards the animal that eats it. So you can kind of think of it like this guy is going into this guy's mouth. So that's how the arrows will go. All right, so you can click Control C, and then Control V is copy and paste, or I think you can right click and do copy and then paste, and then move them around, okay? So that's what you're gonna do, and then when you're done with it, you hit save and close, and then it'll update it on your document, and then you'll submit it when you're done. And then on Wednesday, I want you to do this part, which is basically about how does your invasive species that you researched in the first part of the PBL, how does that fit into the native Hawaiian rainforest? So give me information on where it gets its energy and its trophic role. You might gather some information from up here, but keep in mind there's a lot more animals and plants in the native Hawaiian rainforest than just these. I just picked a handful, okay, so we could do our food web activity. So like the mosquitoes, for instance, might have a very devastating impact on lots of different plants or animals. So tell me about that in this, okay? Tell me the trophic role of your invasive species that you chose, how it gets its energy, and then how is it affecting other organisms, okay? So just finish this worksheet on Wednesday. So part 1 is on Tuesday, part 2 is on Wednesday, okay? And then I think that is it for the Kuleana for this week. I think I reviewed everything. We're just pretty much hammering down into chapter 4. We'll finish it up on Friday. Okay, let me know as always if you guys have any questions. Also, one last announcement. I have graded everything for our mid-quarter grade check, which is today. So everything that was turned in by Sunday night, I have graded, and you can go and check your grade in the grade book and see how your grade is at the moment. So that's your mid-quarter grade. Those aren't being sent home, but if you're missing some assignments, and this is kind of your warning to get caught up, because we have one more week of quarter 1, okay? So our mid-quarter is coming kind of late, but we have all of week 4 and then all of week 5, and then quarter 1's over, and then we move into quarter 2. All right, take care and reach out if you have any questions. I'll leave a blank space at the end of this video, and you can drop a question if you have it, and I'll get back to you. All right, talk to you soon. Ahui ho.